Well, inventory is a little higher this month than it was this time last year, but that doesn't seem to be a huge help to buyers quite yet. I'm David Nielsen on behalf of our entire team here at Platinum Idaho Real Estate. I'm just going to bypass all of the monthly numbers, and instead I want to share with you what a seller's market looks like. And this is from our perspective and what we're seeing in the market, and I'm going to use just a few recent examples from our team in the past few weeks. Just last week, Doug, one of the agents on our team, listed a mid-range home in southeast Boise for $280,000. Within one day, it was pending for $285,000. A couple of weeks ago, Tammy, who's another agent on our team, she listed one in Canyon County under $200,000, which is a great price point, and it ended up going for over $15,000 above the asking price with multiple offers. And that same week, I also listed one in Boise for $410,000. I got 5 offers, all were at or above the asking price. 4 of those 5 offers were all cash. It ended up going for $447,000, and those buyers were even willing to go well above that. So that was starting at $410,000. And then another Boise property we just closed on was an all-cash deal that went for more than $10,000 over list price with multiple offers. So that's what a seller's market looks like. Lauren's listings have been selling at the top of the market. Lori's recently been fortunate to have get her buyers under contract despite multiple offer situations on properties. But what does that tell you about this market? Well, it's a fantastic time for sellers to capitalize on the market dynamics and on the market appreciation. But what about the buyers? My hope is that as we see inventory continue to increase, that will continue to go up as the summer season continues to heat up, and that will provide more opportunity for buyers. Because with interest rates still low, keeping our fingers crossed that they stay that way, your purchasing power as a buyer is still very high. But if you're buying, it's just imperative that you make sure that you're hooked up with an agent that is well versed in multiple offers, how to present the best offer, and how to strengthen your offers so that yours gets accepted. Now I'm going to totally switch gears here, and I'm going to show you a few simple charts, not any specific numbers, but I want you to pay attention to trends. Because I'm not a statistician by any means, but this first chart is showing the real estate cycle basically normalized against the median house price of the time. And so that's why we're not seeing increase in prices, but rather just the actual cycles themselves, if that makes sense. And then here's another graph showing home prices since the 1950s, and you can see every 10 years there's a cycle that becomes more and more pronounced as we get closer to the present time. And this chart only goes through 2010. But if you want to see cycles, check out this property of this chart of the San Diego housing market, and tell me that you don't see discrete cycles here. And this one only goes to 2013, so if that continued upwards, we definitely would see an increased trend. But I want to zoom in over the past 15 to 16 years and take a look at this graph here. If I were to guess, and I jump to 2018 and 19, I would guess that we are definitely increasing the top of the market here. And take a look at this other chart, which was published on NPR recently. It's data from the National Association of Realtors. But it looks like we're definitely starting to crest here. So I'm not a fortune teller, but I can look at charts and graphs just as you can, and I can make the assumption just as you can that this continuous appreciation, or at least at this current rate, it can't go on forever. So those are just some thoughts. I don't want you to despair if you're a buyer. We can still help you find something. That won't be a problem. There will be more inventory as the market heats up, I believe. But if you're selling, this is a fantastic year to sell. And that's all I'm going to say, because I've said it before in my other market updates. I just want you to take a look at the historical real estate cycles. Even though it's a great time to sell, and even though rates are still super low if you're purchasing, at the end of the day, you really need to make your next move and your next real estate transition when it's right for you. And when that time comes, we're always here. So I hope you enjoy the warmer weather. Enjoy spring break if you're taking one, and we'll catch up with you next month. Take care.